Hey there, YouTube. Me and the family are on our way. We're gonna try to get some work done on this land. So we are first on our way to check out a couple of places that say they got free pallets. So we're gonna go look and see what these pallets look like. Hopefully they're not bad. Hopefully these joints is put together. And then I'm hoping too that the wind with the truck and me being on the freeway ain't too loud. I got my mics, but I forgot to put them on. I'm driving. As you can hear, you hear the babies in the car. So the family's going out there with me. We'll do some work together. The major project most likely is I'm gonna take the walls down on shed structure number 1 and redo it. That's today's plan. I've been looking at videos all weekend on how I want to redo this and how I want to do things. So hopefully we get everything we need so we can go ahead and make that happen. Then we're gonna go to Home Depot and pick up a few things. I want to get two 2x10s, no, two 2x12s and two 2x14s so that I can go ahead and begin to frame out the roof. So that's the plan for today. My wife over here laughing because I don't think she closed the door all the way, which always happens.
So he found some pallets and he's grabbing them right now. And this camera's overheating, so it may die out. Oh! These are nice though. Man, I wish we could get more. You guys, look how nice these pallets are and how big they are. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, might not even be able to do 3. Guys, it is a beautiful day. Like, it's still nice and sunny, but it's still that rainy, misty, peaceful feeling. Shoot, if you do that, you could get more on there. What do you think? Can you get more up on there since you have the bungees? Or you don't want to chance it, huh? Oh, no. Well, maybe we can come back for more. What do you think? Maybe today could just be a hauling day. Because, shoot, I want all of these. I want all of them. Like, we could even start making our deck. Huh? Can we start making our deck or no?
I want to get that shit.
The what? Oh, right. he said he wants to get that shed done. But yeah, guys, so he got the pallets. Think we're gonna end up pulling off. I'm gonna go tend to my babies. Okay. Guess what? So he got more than 3 on there, and he's working on adding some more. So far we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe he chose not to do another one. Okay, baby, come over here. See a street over there? So that means it's what? Yes. But yeah, I'm so grateful. Like, not only to find these pallets, but they're in pretty good condition for pallets that are being thrown out, and they're pretty big. So these look like some really nice pallets. There's more, so we'll see how the day plays out.
We might have what we need to build this new shed, so let's hit the road. Hi YouTube. So we pulled up, and as you can see, it's raining, but it looks like it's gonna pass pretty quick. So we're gonna go ahead and let this pass, and then we're gonna, like Ruben said, we're gonna go ahead and get those pallets out the back of the truck. Hopefully it stops raining so I can at least start taking some of these walls and stuff like that down, so I can start rebuilding this. Because it's got to get rebuilt. I want to redo it. I'm going to redo it.
And I want to go rock foraging.
And then she says she want to go rock foraging. I didn't put a mic on it, so y'all probably didn't hear. Okay, so I just gave her the other mic so she can say what she just said.
I said I want to go rock foraging. I have some ideas that I want to try out with the rocks, but I'm gonna need a whole lot of rocks, like not a little bit, a lot. Hopefully I can get a really good amount of rocks and do multiple projects, but for now I'll try one and see how it goes and then move from there. So yeah, we're hoping this rain stops so that we can try to get something accomplished today. But I think getting the pallets here was an accomplishment in itself. What do you think?
That was good, but I want to do some work.
Oh, there's 2 mics now. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, that's all I have to say. I kind of have one more thing I want to say. So, we have been diligently trying to keep up with everyone's comments. And I know in our RV video, the pros and cons, I know we got a lot of feedback about us having more cons than pros. Right. And that is just because I was in the mindset of telling people who've never done this before, you know, some of the things that I didn't really know about or think about.
A lot of rain.
It's not more cons than pros. It's just kind of how it played out in the video, and then towards the end we were rushing a little bit. And then also I know someone said that I kept using the word hate, and it's a strong word, and it reminded me of
my dad.
no, not right now. It reminded me of my mom. She used to always say that hate is a really strong word. So I'm gonna be mindful to not use that word so loosely.
All right, so Mr. Bamboo is looking pretty good. He's looking all right. And then a little bit of rain helped him out a lot. So I'm pretty happy. Ooh, a jackrabbit. Y'all see him going? Yeah. That's what these big holes is out here. These big holes belong to these jackrabbits. That's what that is. But this guy we're gonna dismantle. Taking the walls down, screw by screw, nail by nail. I'm gonna try to preserve as much of the nails and stuff like that as I can while doing it. The wind is blowing like crazy, and using the ratchet straps, I was able to get 5, which normally I only get 3. Oh my God, that is beautiful. I'm gonna have to post a pic or something since the camera over there. So nice. Well, guys, I just realized they are not the same size, but they'll work. All right. As we're gonna go ahead and go get those rocks on the old 5-acre property. It's a bunch of rocks I had took and put over there. Now I'm gonna go get them. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. This shit is crazy. All right. Whew. Let's load up and go get the rocks. All right, so now we're going where we bought our original 5 acres, that area, which is super beautiful. Just to check on all of those rocks that I had gathered over there to see if they're still around. So check this view out. And we'll get to see the old road. Yep. Oh, wow. Still here. Oh, wow. All right, guys. So we just made it to our old, well, the 5 acres that we purchased at first. And then we, didn't do our I didn't do my due diligence, and they had a lot of covenants and things like that that I honestly didn't want to deal with. Basically can't do nothing over here. But this is the reason why there's really no one here, right? There's the mountain of rocks we made when we first got it, just so we'll be able to identify the land when coming in. The road I made is still here, barely. But look how close to the mountains we are. It's beautiful. But I will say it's super duper rocky compared to the 1 acre that we have right now. And to be honest, I think I would take where we at right now compared to here. Yes, looking at the mountain and closer is beautiful, but it's really rocky. As you can see, it is super duper thorny, like cactus everywhere. Again, beautiful. The cows don't come back here, but It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous back here, but it's just too much rocks. I can imagine us trying to dig and do the fence post. Can you imagine us trying to sit there and do that, and then next thing you know, you're tearing up your drill because you hitting all of these rocks and stones and bricks. Too much work. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to go ahead and collect some of these rocks and take them back to the property, because we got some projects we want to try. Some of that wallapini type stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and grab some materials. All right, so we got a bunch of rocks. Like I said, that's from the old rock mountain I made when I first grabbed this area, and before finding out, you know, we couldn't build here without a bunch of things. Again, that was my lack of due diligence, but it's okay. I'm happy. And nobody's ever here, clearly. So now I'm pulling from my little mountain, and if I can, I guess I'm gonna get all the rocks and take them to the property, because we got some ideas and some projects that we want to do. Also getting a good workout, good burn. Sun is out, the wind's still blowing, but based on how the sky is clearing up, I might still be able to get some work done, which I'm hoping so. And these rocks are gorgeous. Here's my favorite. That right there. You see this beautiful green? Beautiful green. No, Tink, you put that back. Beautiful green. Look at that. That's gorgeous. So we'll see what we can do with some of this and come over here and keep hunting, or just keep having that in my pile here. So let's go back to the other property. All right, we made it back. She left her door open. All type of sand finna get in here. Let me close this door. Oof. I'm gonna go ahead and empty these rocks. Here we go. I ain't got my gloves. Dang. What? You see the size of these holes? No, what do you think? Gotta be jackrabbits. Massive. Like how?
Like maybe right there.
Huh? All right, stones unloaded. Now she's spreading them out. But look at this, y'all. These are some beautiful stones. Man, look at the color on this one. Beautiful stones. Yeah, it's that beautiful one right there.
We think, oh, sorry. So we think what we might do is take this and get it color matched. And make this, one of the colors pulled out of here, the color for our structures, right? For our house, office, shed, you know, things like that. And then we still haven't decided on the accent color, right? For like the trims and all of that. But isn't this gorgeous? And there was a lot of them in this kind of color scheme, right? So you guys got to stay tuned to see what we end up doing with these rocks. I have quite a few ideas of what I want to do with them, but I'm going to need probably a couple more trips of foraging before I could start building something with them. Because that took, I want to say, maybe like 30 minutes just to gather this up. Probably another 30 minutes to bring it back to the property. So, yeah, I think that's it for this. What there, Mike?
All right, Leatherman 47 is also on his way. He found at Smith's some strawberry plants for 20 bucks that already had like strawberries on them. It's pretty dope. So it's coming along, y'all. It's coming along. Let me ask you this question. What creature is up in here? Up in here. That is a big hole. What do y'all think that is? It's right here on the property line, on the property next to me, that Lord willing I'll soon be able to own. Ooh, it's windy. I hope these mics is doing their job. Look how pretty that is, y'all. But let's continue on with the projects. All right, guys, so the plan is I'm finna remove the beams off the top. And those beams, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take apart, and I'm gonna use those to begin building the replacement shed structure. And then once I build the replacement structure, then I'm gonna start going in and just taking this down. So I know I need to go over here to the other structure and grab the ladder. But let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so I dismantled quite a bit of this joint. So as you can see, I got the, I don't know what you want to call them, the roofing 2x4s off. And now I'm starting to take apart the back, and I'm getting a lot of wood I can still reuse. Here's an example. This one we haven't used yet because that's gonna go to be the post to frame out, you know, where the driveway is gonna go in the gate opening. But as you can see, I got 4 nice 2x4x8s. That one I just knocked the nail out. So what I'm doing is taking this thing apart. I'm just taking it apart, y'all. And I'm finding so much stuff that I could reuse from it. And then I'm gonna take my new and better pallets and basically attempt to rebuild it. That's gonna be the plan. Hell, I might even go ahead and take out the plywood out of the floor and just completely dismantle it 100%. And then that plywood that we just took out, I might take it, use it on one of the newer structures over there to see how well it does. But yeah, I'm gonna just dismantle this whole thing. I got a whole new idea. Guess who popped in? Leatherman 47.
What's going on, y'all?
So,
Homestead, homie! Y'all better rep that.
So I ended up finding a pretty good deal on some strawberries. I had mentioned earlier, he grabbed up. So we're about to go ahead and cut up a few pallets and basically build like a type of shelving that's gonna house the strawberries and also give them room to spread, because you know strawberries like to travel and spread. So what I'm finna do is go ahead and cut up a couple of these pallets and get that joint prepped. You know, guys, Leatherman 47 sunglasses is on the ground over there. I don't know if he know. But it's a wonder this straw hat ain't ripped apart yet with all of this wind. So I basically just cut the ends of the table. That's what you just saw me do. And now we're gonna take this and put it on top. All right, that should be much better. I got my replacement, but I'm definitely gonna have to get on Amazon and order some more dead cats to fit this.
You have to order more. God damn.
This wind is crazy. Been out here in it most of the day. But the wonderful thing, table built. Got my mouth again, y'all. I got a mask too for my face and I forgot it at the house again. Because I knew today was going to be weird. This shed blocks the wind really good. So now I'm seeing why it's important to have wind blockers here on the property. Lord willing, that's what a lot of these have become. Apparently windy season is going to be going on for a while here. I know Rashad down there in Texas. Same for him. Anybody in New Mexico? Off-grid. Y'all know what we dealing with. Whew. Yeah. I think I done did as much as I can do out here. I eat enough of this shit. I probably end up... Look, sinus is starting to go. So, well, we're going to see what else we need to do to conclude this. And then we're going to head back to the RV and get out of this mess. As y'all can see, wife and kids, they stayed in the truck, all praises. But that's exactly what I told them to stay. They don't need to be out here in this. But they wanted to come out and see what we do. Chill out, enjoy the views, enjoy the property. Just continue to get a feel of things. Because we're trying to make moves. We're trying to get here. Power station should be coming in on Wednesday. I'll let y'all see what we got. I believe it's more than enough power. And then I still have to get a generator, but I think we should suffice with the power station. And then here was I was thinking about doing with the power station, how I wanted to do it. Basically, what I wanted to do was I've seen it's a guy, his name is Jesse Lee. He's in this Facebook group of Offgrid New Mexico that I'm a part of. And he went and bought like one of those garden, not a garden shed, but you know, like the garden box or container, the plastic, like real thick resin type box. And he ended up putting his batteries and solar setup in that, drilled a hole for his RV plug to be able to come out and go through and then go into his RV. And that weatherproofed it and kept his solar generator and everything else pretty good. And then on the other side of it, he drilled the hole that contained the MC4 connectors and wires and stuff like that that went out to his solar panels. And of course, you know, he buried it just so it wouldn't be grabbed and took by the wind. I'm going to try that method. It's a pretty good method. pretty good method. That's what we're gonna try. But let's keep going. All right, YouTube. So we got off the land. Had to wrap it up. As y'all seen, the wind was nuts. I lost one of my dead cats, but I found it in the back of the truck. So I'm glad. I think for a short time we got quite a bit done. We found a good resource to go and get some pretty nice size and pretty decent pallets. I feel like I made a little bit of the dent on the first pallet structure. I was able to basically finally start to take that joint apart. And while taking it apart, I was able to get some 2x4s that I can use for the new structure that I want to build and replace it with. Man, got dust all in my nose, y'all. I was eating dust. There's a lot of dust. Tired. So that's what we're gonna conclude the video. As y'all can see, we at the infamous Wally World. We'll get a couple of things and we're gonna head to the RV and call it a day. Go ahead and give me some fruit in me. Do the best I can to stick to what I'm doing. So hey, let me know what y'all thoughts is. I showed y'all that big giant hole in the property. I think it might be jackrabbits. Y'all can tell me. No clue what it is. The truck is now making a new noise. We'll see how that goes. Power station comes in a few days. What I'm gonna do is most likely I'm gonna temporarily disconnect from the RV park's power, and because where I'm at pretty much gets full sun. So I'm gonna disconnect from the RV power, plug in my power station, and set my solar panels out. And and then I'm gonna test to see, how it runs and how long it takes before it depletes the battery based on our regular daily usage. And that's kind of gonna give me a better idea of, our power consumption and how things are going. I got a smaller battery bank that I think it's like 300 amp hours with the 600 surge. I want to test that to see how well it does with the Starlink. From what I saw online, Starlink pulls 60 watts, but then some say it pulls more than that. So I want to connect it to a solar panel, just pulling in just as many watts as Starlink pulls out, just to see if during the day or during my work hours, at least on days when it's sunny, if I can kind of either break even or just, the battery bank don't die, just lasts long enough for me to do what I have to do for work. And we're gonna be running. So we're gonna be running a couple of different tests just to get an idea of a better idea of our power needs and how to move forward with purchasing and how to grow that system. So that's it. That's the video. Big shout out to the Homestead homies. They keep you motivated. They keep you pumped with just the new project and things that they have been doing. Big shout out to Rashad, Offgrid with Rashad. That man hit 3 years off grid. That means he got a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that he could tell you, right? I don't know if y'all saw his recent video. He roughed it. The man was even in his car starting off. So check that out. Buddy Time the Tiny, man, he's building a tiny house from scratch. He say that ain't his profession, but he make it look like it is. He killing the game. Check out my buddy Lil Southwest Homestead. That's Leatherman 47's channel. He is transferring a homestead from one location to the other. He already has an existing homestead. Lamb just had a baby. The turkeys is popping out all type of new turkeys that sat on some eggs that hatched. Those of you who know, we had bought some Kangal dogs together. That's where they're at right now. They're around the turkeys and the sheep and things like that, getting used to them. So you can check him out for more regular updates, because sometimes I can't make it there. But listen, shout out to the Homestead homies. If y'all look at y'all comments, y'all start to see that people really do rely on our group, right? Us as Homestead homies. There's a lot of people that wants to do what we do, and our Homestead homies provides different perspectives and different point of views on the off grid, from tiny homes to living in RVs to some just having a home, having a house, but just having an amazing garden, right? Everybody is at different levels, so you'll be able to see different perspectives. Like, um, plenty of them out there who are already got nice gardens going and everything else. You can check those out. And then you can also look at those of us who live in RV, who's going to be parked on the land, living from that perspective, right? Laying luge. Another example of a family living in an RV doing the thing off grid, right? Um, that's those with families. You got folks living single, and then you also got the ones that most of us are interested in too, is the family complex, right? Uncle Reggie, a lot of them, his whole family is living on acres. They all got tiny houses. They doing it big. Check him out. But it's living off grid or living tiny, and it's basically different. I don't know if I want to say, I don't want to say disciplines, but y'all know what I mean. Different fascias, if that's the way to put it, of living off grid and doing things. So check out the Homestead homies. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what y'all think of the video. Comment down below how y'all think today went. Today was nuts. I know we did a lot. Like I said, I'm still learning. So comment down below and stay tuned. We're gonna try to get another video coming to you very soon. All right. Peace.